What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Bitcoin Cash today. Shout out to the Dragon Riders in the House of the Dragon. We're sitting at about $542.54 right now. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want more content like this, and let's get into it. It does appear like we have a little dragon trap going on right now, right? We had this nice move up. Bear trap here, red dragon trap, whatever you want to call it. Shake out all these phrases, all these terms, they're accurate, right? It's just a higher low is all it is, right? It's just a higher low. And really what happened was volume died off as we were moving up. So of course we would top out, we moved down, and volume still continued to die off, which means there's even less desire for the price to go down than there was a lessening of desire for the price to go up. So we are going to go up. We've regathered ourselves, right? We've come down to this area where we've had plenty of time. A lot of people have had plenty of time to gather in this area. If they felt the pressure once the price moved up here, they've had their chance. There's no excuses when it moves up now. If anybody from over here is looking to get into Bitcoin Cash and they still haven't gotten into it, you best believe those people will be buying whenever we are above $700. They will. And a lot of people will be. A lot of people will be because Bitcoin Cash is doing some very phenomenal things on the long-term chart perspectives, right? I don't need to go over all that, but you guys, I know that the Dragon Riders are aware of what we have going on, right? We are about to break this very long-term phase, multi-cycle phase of consolidation that Bitcoin Cash has had. We are also about to, and we already have flipped the monthly EMA ribbon on Bitcoin Cash as well. It remains to be seen with the end of this month, but I think we'll get there. I didn't even notice, you guys. I had no idea because I normally look at this. I normally look at this on a monthly basis, but if we look at it on a weekly basis, I genuinely had no idea. I was looking at this earlier today. We closed last week above this line, right? I didn't know that. I knew we had some days above it, but I just I didn't think about it, right? And maybe I've looked at the weekly chart since last week, but I just haven't looked at it with this line drawn on here. We closed above it. We have 1 day and 20 hours left in this week. I've been saying that I think we will close above $560 this week. I've been saying that. But I think it would be a good goal for Bitcoin Cash, for the Dragon Rider community, if we could close above 591. If we can close above 591, this will be the first week that we've ever opened and closed above this trend line. We already had 1 week that closed above it. If we could get a week that opens and closes above it, back to back after closing above it, it means exactly what we've all been waiting for, you guys. We're off to the races. Things are about to begin. It's a nice goal. It's not too far away. We're at 543 now, going up to 591 by the end of this week. I think that's a good goal. A day and 20 hours left. It might not happen. Bitcoin Cash can be boring. It can move sideways for a time, but we've been moving sideways for like 4 days now in an area that we kind of moved sideways for a long time. Volume's dying off. I think the time to move up is now. I really do think it is now. You've got lower lows in your RSI, relatively lower lows in your RSI, and you've got higher lows in the price, right? You've cooled way the hell off in your RSI, going from the overbought zone up at an 84 read, 83 read, all the way down to a 45 read, just to form. I know I said lower lows here, yes, lower lows in the RSI, but overall, like the more immediate stuff, yes, but overall you've got higher lows. This overall structure looks very bullish, and to me, it seems as though every time that you've been on the lower end of this kind of structure, you just go right up to that upper end, right? Like literally right up to that upper end. So I would assume we're about to see a bounce any day now. Maybe today. It might start today. Let's look at the 4-hour time frame on that note. 4-hour RSI. I think it could start today, guys. It really might. I don't know. Hard to say. Finding support on the 40. You rejected the 50. Okay, this should have sent you down to the oversold zone, but it didn't. You bounced. You had a higher low in your RSI. You had a higher low in your price. It's bearish convergence, not divergence. Found support right below the 382, and you're above the 236, bro. You're moving up today. And it makes sense because I think Bitcoin's going to move up today too a little bit. So you're at what's Bitcoin at right now? It's at $101,000. Okay, so it's a little bit lower than when I made my video recently. But I do think Bitcoin Cash, the 4-hour looks good. So I don't think that you'll move below 525, right? If anybody's looking to buy Bitcoin Cash, the light is green to buy right now. Do not hesitate because it's not going to go lower than 525, right? You're at 542 now. If it goes lower, if it mocks me, if it just decides to be defiant and go below 525, okay, fine. But it probably does not go below $500 again, right? So even at 542, that's not even a 10% drop. When we're talking about numbers that are like dramatically higher than 542, we're talking about numbers that are higher than $640 on the table. Why play the game at all? Just get in. It's about to rip. It's about to go up. And I think we're going to see a move up now over the coming days, really over the coming week, that will take us above $700, right? And I think it'll happen with or without this week closing above $591. I just think that'd be it would just look nice on the charts. It'd be more bullish momentum to the fire if we could close above $591 this week. But even if we don't, I still do very much suspect that going into next week, toward the end of next week, we will, if not be above this high, we'll be very near being above. Like by the end of next week, right? That's going to be, because we got Sunday here. I mean, that's all the way, dude. That's like all the way over here, right? Yeah, it'd be like right here. This day. That's Sunday next week, yeah. So by this time frame here, I would expect by this line, by this ugly drawn blotched out area that I just drew, by that time, if we're not above this high, we'll be very, very close to it, right? So just drawing it like this, if we're very close to it, we're not above, we'd basically do this for the remainder of time. I don't think we're going to do that. I think really probably more likely what's going to happen is by this time over here, we'll already be above the high. Maybe we'll come back and consolidate or something and continue upwards, but who knows? You know, it's a 4-hour time frame. Anything can happen, right? A lot changes in a very short amount of time on the 4-hour time frame. But I am expecting that we move up from here. Maybe what we do is probably, you know, we go up to these highs, respecting the fibs like this. We probably go up to the 786, 886 area, pull back to your 618, 69 area, something like that, and then you progress from there, moving on up. That seems like a more appropriate kind of time configuration in my opinion. So I very much would expect that by the end of not this week, which ends in less than 2 days from now, less than 48 hours from now, but by the end of next week, Bitcoin Cash is going to be above $700. So within the next 8, almost 9 days, Bitcoin Cash will be worth more than $700. And when we're in that phase, when we are at those price levels, we're likely going to continue higher than what we've seen from this high here, right? Because for above $700, this high was at $719. We're likely going to move to our minimum extended target area, which should be $936 to potentially $1,300. That is where we're going to go, and that all starts with this next move, which is potentially starting today. Like genuinely, this 4-hour has me bullish. The look on the RSI and the price action itself, it has me bullish. So it all starts now. We'll know that we're going to this $936 to $1,300 zone in a very short amount of time. When we break above $644, we're about $100 away from there now. The goal by the end of this week, which ends in a day and 20 hours, the goal is to close about $50 higher than we're at now, closing at $591 or higher, basically closing above that trend line, our all-time history trend line, on a weekly basis, right? We want to close above this trend line 2 weeks in a row. If we do that, I think it's undeniable at that point that we've broken out. And then if we've broken out and all we're doing is hanging out right here, guys, it's just a matter of time before we erupt. It's gonna happen. It's coming. I don't really think I have anything else I want to say, right? This is more of a pep talk video. It's just the same rendition of all the normal stuff that we talk about. Monthly RSI looks very bullish. Weekly RSI looks pretty bullish. Daily RSI looks set and ready to go. It's also bullish overall, definitely. And the 4-hour RSI, we've got all systems go on all time frames, you guys. It all looks good. So I literally mean it. If it's not today, it's like within the next 3 days we're going to start moving up. I would hope that we are above 590 by the end of this week. If not, I don't think it's detrimental. I just think it would look nice. But very soon, one way or another, we're going to be at higher targets. So with that, I leave you. If you like the video, hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this. You guys, thank you all for being here. We've got some exciting times ahead of us, my friends. I don't know. I said I was going to end the video there, but maybe for the people that want to stick around, we can do this real quick. Some BCH BTC. Do it on Binance. They got more historical data. I mean, the daily chart on the BCH BTC chart looks bullish too. So what's bullish for Bitcoin is going to be more bullish for Bitcoin Cash, right? Low to high here. Low to high right there. Pulled back to your golden ratio, finding support, looking beautiful. 4-hour bullish divergence, yeah. Not really. Kind of a double bottom, but still higher lows, bullish convergence, finding support off of the oversold zone. That's a nice look in itself too. Yeah, I don't mind this at all, man. I think we're about to do really well. I think we're about to see some immaculate growth. Ooh, what I would like to see also for this chart then, BCH versus BTC, I would like to see BCH BTC close above 0.00582 this week. I don't want to see a bearish engulfing candle, but I would like to see it close above like the halfway point of this green candle here. Yeah, like 0.0058. We need to get above there. So that's the goal for that. because this would actually not be a good look right now, you guys, right? Like, I mean, we kind of did that before, right? We sold off, and then that's when we pumped. We sold off really hard here, bearish engulfing candle. That's when we pumped. Okay, I mean, maybe it's just a means to an end, right? Bearish engulfing candle here. We sold off really hard, and then that's when we started moving up. So maybe it's actually not as bad as it looks. Pretty bad candle here, closed less than halfway through that candle. I don't know. I guess it's not as bad as it looks, but still, I would like it if we closed up higher. I would love it if this week for BCH versus BTC was more of a wick to the upside. Something like this, right? That would be nice. Anyways, guys, I got nothing else I want to say. If you like the video, hit that like button, subscribe. You know the rest. I'll see you on the next one. Take care of yourselves. We are at the precipice of greatness. It's coming. We just got to be patient. Patient as hell, man. We're so close. It feels like we've been waiting here forever, man. But whenever it happens, it's gonna feel like it was no time at all. It's gonna feel like you wish you had more time to accumulate at these levels, man. It's gonna be nuts. I'm very excited for what happens. All right, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.